Bill Bruford on how the Yes album Fragile changed everything for him. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. Bill Bruford was with Yes for their first 5 albums, came back for the album Union in the early 90s. But the first time around, he left after Close to the Edge. But he mentions another album on this clip, something that was a defining moment for him that changed everything.
Well, yes. I think the time is when I saw my first royalty check from Fragile. Because, once you've got some money, money's great stuff because money lets you do other things. Yeah. Until you've got some money, you've just got to put your head down and you have no freedom of choice. But the minute you get a decent royalty check, you can say, oh, that's great. Now I can think about this. I can call this guy. I can, I can stage, a rock opera on ice or something. You can do whatever you want. So money is very good for freeing you up to do things. So I've always gone between, bands that have a lot of money from the progressive rock era and bands that have no money whatsoever. And it's all to do with who do you want to play with that time. How best can you push your sense of drumming and percussion forward?
Bill Bruford has just released a box set for his band Earthworks. They got together in the 80s for the first time. There were different incarnations of the band. He's just released a 20 CD, 4 DVD set. I remember I used to play the band when I was programming jazz and new age because it was sort of a jazz fusion acoustic electric band. And he was able to play the Simmons drums and form melodies with the Simmons drums. And no one was really doing it back then. I asked him, what was the criteria to build this band, Earthworks?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. And I suppose to make instrumental music, certainly, you can call it jazz if you like, or progressive jazz, or it's certainly instrumental music. There was no singer, so we know that. That would be kind of a fusion of different styles of music, but free of cliches. So it's likely, given the people I've got and the instruments they had, that it wasn't going to sound like anything else. And I think that's important to me, that a group always has a clear identity.
Yeah. What was the process like, Bill? How long did it take you to get the guys in the band?
Well, in jazz, everything is fast. Everything is short. If you're coming from Yes, as I did, or I know that world, jazz moves about 30 times as fast and on about 30 times less budget. So it's going to be quick. People, they're local guys, local British guys, local young British talent at the time. But of course, this is 20, 25 years ago we're talking now. Mm-hmm. And they've gone on to great things, particularly Django Bates, who has just won an Ivor Novello Prize here, which is a big award. And Ian Bellamy, his partner, and the two of them were a great kind of double act that I saw locally in a local jazz place. And just kind of pretty much hired them on the spot. Loved it. And we've gone all the way through about 10 other musicians through to the last iteration of the band, which had a well-known saxophonist here called Tim Garland, who plays with Chick Corea's group in the United States, and Gwilym Simcock, who plays with Pat Metheny.
We'll have more from Bill Bruford coming up next Saturday. This is a 13-part series. We talked with Bill for almost 50 minutes. Keep in mind, we've also talked to Alan White. That was last year. We'll have links to that video collection in this series. Alan White, of course, replaced him in Yes. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music.